Hello. In this segment, I will introduce you to 15 attractive money-making ideas that can be implemented without the need to show your face or even speak. These ideas are sorted into 3 categories. 5 ideas that can be executed just by learning the Blender software, 5 ideas that are inspired by your personal interests, and 5 other ideas that can become a reality with Adobe Character Animator. With a little effort, you can traverse the path I took in less than 3 years. You can even operate on YouTube without showing your face or using speech, and even build a market as vast as the world. You will never reach success in 1 month, 2 months, or even 1 year. The main key is persistence and hunting content opportunities. Truly, without expertise, you cannot get anywhere. Overall, YouTube must trust you, and you must create content that can entertain millions of people. But how? This is a huge responsibility. I will explain it to you. Creating animations, even those with very high graphics, is not a complicated task. In fact, the software itself is doing all the work. In reality, by learning this tool, you can create videos like the Teaser Play channel, for example.
Videos with this quality. What is this channel doing? Guys, let's look at one of their latest videos so I can explain. This channel actually makes gameplay videos of games that were never actually built. For example, in this case, they made the character Tommy Vercetti from GTA Vice City old. Or they showed that 7 years have passed since those days and the graphics quality has increased. Someone who doesn't know might think that Rockstar is actually going to release a new version of Vice City with these graphics. Or someone who doesn't know might think this is actual gameplay. Whereas this is just an animation that was created in Unreal Engine. It is not a game. But the creator built the animation in such a way that you think the Vice City game has been released with such graphics or will be released in the future. So see what kind of ideas, expertise in working with a tool like Blender or like Unreal Engine can create. Even this joke. This channel did this using CG, computer graphics as well, and it's natural that this level of creativity gets up to 10 million views. In this session, I want to open your mind and show you many successful examples that were formed only with one tool, with one software, and made thousands of dollars for their owners. And now, the second channel. Can you believe that 3 young people can earn an average of up to $5,000 from every video? Calculate and see how much this number is. Per video, guys. This happened thanks to specialization. They make animations with Blender without speech and without showing their faces. Their animations are generally about daily trends. If the current trend is about creating spin-up stories, they pursue that popular trending keyword. They are also very smart young people and have spent a lot of time upgrading themselves. If you're familiar with Blender or any other 3D animation software, you can create comparison videos like the Data Wall channel. This channel compares everything, guys, but with a cool animation. For example, in this case, they're comparing the speed of animals.
Watching these videos gives the audience a good feeling. They constantly want to know who is faster. The stunning graphics, which were created by choosing highly detailed models, attract everyone's attention. And the work is truly unique. You surely know that the creator of this video may not have built the animal models from scratch. It's certainly the case. To save time, can they download the models for free from different sites? For example, right now, I found the free collection of animals that is on the Sketchfab website, and I can easily download it. Even artificial intelligence can help us a lot with modeling these days. These are all the content opportunities that one specialty can bring about. And now, the Big Bang Song channel. This is a Korean media outlet that has again gained visibility and attracted an audience thanks to Blender and the creation of wacky animations with these attractive hairstyles. Of course, this media is song-centric. It's like it's showing you a fun music video. But it's a music video that is appealing to the audience even if you don't understand the words. It's that wacky and crazy. You might say, oh no, we don't know how to make music. We don't know how to write lyrics. Thanks to artificial intelligence today, even lyrics can be created. Music can also be created from scratch. I want to get to the point that with the help of artificial intelligence, a tool like Blender or any other tool, and a little creativity, truly unique entertaining products can be created. If you know Blender, you can create 360-degree videos like Bristside VR, which has very high visual appeal. These videos and creators operating in this field are very few. Let's watch one of their videos so you understand what the story is about. In these videos, the viewer can rotate 360 degrees whenever they want using this 360-degree option and look around.
Guys, this is actually the 360-degree video playback feature that YouTube supports. And it is enough to export the desired format from Blender and provide it to YouTube. Well, my dears, these were the 5 ideas that could be implemented with Blender. I have always told you that specialization is your path to making money, and Blender is one of the excellent specialties for entering this field. But if Blender is not attractive to you, you don't like making animations at all, or you don't have a computer and your only tool is a mobile phone, there is absolutely no problem. You can go after your personal interests and build big media outlets. I will introduce you to 5 creative ideas that can originate from your interests, and you can build the foundations of a large media outlet with them. We will talk about each idea and examine its potential income level. Generally, all of you are looking for a unique idea, an idea that will explode to start the journey. But the truth is that the idea is not the most important part of the path. There is no such thing as a better idea or a worse idea. In my opinion, a market can be built anywhere. But the structure of what is very important is your knowledge and mastery over that idea or niche. To succeed, you must have expertise and a deep understanding of the field you choose. If you have an idea that is compatible with your knowledge, experience, or interest, you can work on it, and it is the best starting point. Suppose, due to bad luck, for example, I got involved with the disease of diabetes. When this bad thing happens, I certainly try to increase my information regarding this dangerous disease. What kind of shoes should be worn? What food should be eaten? If I notice a wound on my foot, for example, what should I do? When you are immersed in a niche within a specific field, you truly achieve a deep understanding of what is going on. How many other people like me are involved with this disease? How many have even lost their lives due to lack of knowledge? This is where an idea takes shape. I repeat once again that the idea must be compatible with your knowledge, experience, or interest. Otherwise, you will not get anywhere. I want to introduce you to a YouTube channel that has followed exactly this path. The Diabetes channel is a faceless YouTube media outlet with an artificial intelligence voice that provides information to diabetics. It is sharing its knowledge with them, exactly what I am doing in this very channel. The channel has managed to generate $50K to $100K. Its income in the last 3 months has been $3,400. And the total income from the day the channel was created until today is about $36,000.
So every idea can have a market and bring some audience along. Idea number 2, the idea of having a news website. Look at this channel. Guys, its name is Christopher Thompson, and it monitors US news, America and Canada. What does it say? For example, 3 days ago, it posted the remarks of an American expert named David Hansen, who believes that the Democrats have failed in America today and are not learning from their defeat. This expert believes that the Biden administration has paid less attention to the problems in working-class areas. Okay, let's review yesterday's video and see what they posted. It must be the debate between Jordan Peterson and an Oxford University student. This man, who is an author and university professor, is a very famous figure. Since when did he actually become a viral figure? I think since 2013. I emphasize, guys, I also mentioned it at the beginning of the video, that the idea must be compatible with your knowledge, experience, or interest. Pay close attention to these factors. You might ask where the channel owner gets this news from. From the press guys, from various YouTube channels, from nightly news. He has been following the news for years and years, so today he can distinguish which news is important, which news is valuable. In fact, a topic, an event must have news value. In reality, some events are important and others are not. The owner of this channel certainly has a correct understanding of which topic has news value. You might ask if he doesn't get copyright strikes. No, he doesn't get copyright strikes because according to current laws, fair use of others' footage in news, topic analysis, or educational discussion. It can be used in these contexts, and there is no copyright issue. The income of these channels over the past 28 days is about $6,367. That's a very high number. The income for the past 3 months is about $17,000.
This is where you see that a simple interest can turn into a multi-thousand-dollar business, and that too only by displaying advertisements. And its income for the past year is also around $68,000. Idea number 3. The Rave channel. It follows celebrity news. Here, political news is not followed. Only news about celebrities and famous people, which relatively has more fans, this type of news. For example, I chose this topic 3 days ago. This news relates to the world of art. There are rumors today surrounding Jay-Z, Beyonce, and their family. They say that Jay-Z was arrested in 2015 for assault. This rumor or truth has significantly affected the mental health of this family today, and they have lost their fans. People condemn Beyonce, saying she always stands behind her husband and other such stories. They also have a daughter named Blue Ivy, who they say is very much affected by this story. Fame ultimately comes with these troubles. What about the next video? Again, the same topic that is very hot today, especially in the US market. More details about this incident. In this video, you hear a woman's voice saying that about 25 years ago, in the year 2000, at a party, I was assaulted by Jay-Z, who gave me a strange drink, made me unconscious, and similar claims. Jay-Z also says this is not true. He says that this woman wants money and is a fraud. In the past 28 days, this channel has earned about $16,000. In the last 3 months, $27,000. And in the last year, $78,000. So this newly established channel, which operates in the niche of sports, specifically boxing, is exactly 6 months old. And as you noticed, the narrator of the boxing world's news and controversies, a world with many fans. The narrator's voice is artificial intelligence. Many people ask me which AI is more suitable. We generally use Murph and Google Studio, but any other tool can also be suitable. Your focus at this stage should be on creating value, not just on ensuring a high-quality voice solely does the job. Those who follow the world of boxing news know that one of the recent trending topics in this world was the exhibition match involving the famous Jake Paul and Tyson. Tyson, who is now about 6 years old, wanted to arrange a match with Jake Paul, the YouTuber and boxer, who was very controversial and a cool young man, in Texas. While they exchanged taunts through social media, it generated a lot of buzz. And we on the Fast Boxing channel actually managed to experience a good growth in the short term by targeting this trend and providing more information about this match and following its controversies.
The channel has been earning income for a few months. The current RPM, revenue per meal, in the sports field is also about $4. That is, every 1,000 views of the videos bring $4 to the creator and the channel owner. Considering 3 million views and $4 per 1,000 views, this channel has earned up to $11,000 so far. That's a good number. It is truly one of the highest RPMs I have ever seen in the sports field. Perhaps the main reason is that boxing has the largest fan base in America, so the majority of this channel's audience is American. It's interesting to know that the US, in terms of the number of boxers and professional competitions, and especially having reputable leagues like WBM and WWAIBF, which are important leagues, actually makes America the main center of boxing in the world. So, because advertisements are shown to Americans, it can generate up to $4 per 1,000 views.
Generally, anyone who wants to operate an international YouTube chooses the English language. But did you know that Spanish language channels on YouTube have as many viewers as English media, or even more? Why? Because Spanish is the official language of more than 20 countries, which include a large population of the YouTube community. People from Mexico, Spain, Argentina, Colombia, and Latin American countries, their language is all Spanish. Furthermore, Spanish speakers are abundant in the United States, and you can also get viewers from within America. Now, one day we thought that if AI reads the text in English and we use that voice as the narrator for our script in our videos, well, we can instead ask it to read in Spanish instead of English. It makes no difference to it.
The channel Orlando Mafia, that is its name in Spanish, which means Mafia Disclosure. Guys, these works did not have much income in their first 9 months of activity. A crazy effort that didn't yield many results. But in the last 6 months, it truly made us proud. I will read its income for the past 6 months. May 2024, $1,500. It was just starting up. In June, the income reached $6,000. July, $3,000. August, $9,000. September, $2,001. October, more than $8,000. I just read the last 6 months. Even the RPM for the idea is about $2, which is again very good, especially for crime media, because businesses trust these types of media less to run advertisements. But $2 for Spanish media in the crime niche is truly unique in my opinion, and it has made good income. Okay, so far we have become familiar with 10 ideas. There are 5 more left, right? We said 15. This time, I want to go to ideas that can be formed with Adobe Character Animator. I want to tell you about another software for creating 2D animations. In fact, value can be created with any tool today. You just need to correctly know and work with the tool. We dedicate the last 5 ideas to content production using the Adobe Character software. In this session, I intend to teach you how to make money from this software. Meaning, we want to talk about this topic. I intend to introduce you to 5 content ideas, then you can execute exactly with this software. Meaning Adobe Character Animator. And with a little creativity, capture the market. Idea number 1. Creating a news-centric media outlet. Guys, this cute sheep has created a news anchor and a media outlet named Times. This media is active on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and has many viewers. They even sell NFTs, which is also the sheep. The media theme is entirely the sheep. It's interesting to know that the channel owner used the Character Animator software to animate this sheep. As I said, in this video, we intend to show you ideas that were created with Adobe Character Animator and also artificial intelligence as an image generator, and you can create similar works. Idea number 2. Storytelling with cartoon display. This channel, which is an entertainment channel in the horror niche, tells scary stories to the Indian audience in the Hindi language. Guys, scary topics inherently have an audience. They have a large audience. Now, if it's also a cartoon, it's clear, as I said, that the visual appeal of the work increases. This channel is exactly using Character Animator to create its animations and has managed to build a large market in the short term. We have many examples of this kind, guys. This is another example that is being narrated in a story format. It makes animation in this style, using Adobe Character Animate. This entire video was created using this software. I will show you many examples so you can get more ideas. Another example is the Coco channel, which makes animations in this style. Its characters are pegs and animals created with Adobe Animate, and it operates on YouTube. It also has TikTok. It also has Twitter. Its YouTube address, its most famous media outlet is that YouTube channel. Another example is the Stories of Paddington, a cute subject again created by Adobe Character Animate. How do I know that these cartoons were created by the Adobe Character Animate software? I am not guessing. I took this data from the official Adobe Spotlight community website. These are examples from the year 2023 where the creators of these videos themselves announced that they created their work with Adobe Character. Let's not stray from the main topic. Guys, when you create such a cool and cute cartoon character, Besides displaying advertisements, there are other ways to earn wealth. For example, you can focus on offering merchandise products. You can currently buy a banana keychain from the official website of this character, this Mr. Banana, for $1, or purchase a banana t-shirt. These are somewhat called fan merchandise. In this business, the more famous your character or story personality becomes, and the more fans it gains, it is obvious that it can sell more fan items.
It's a very interesting opportunity. Idea number 3. Hosting a talk show program. The first talk show can be attributed to The Donahue Show in 1970, broadcast on U.S. television. Of course, we also had talk shows on the radio before that. In the 1920s, talk shows were broadcast audibly on the radio. But what you're seeing currently is the first television talk show. Perhaps the most famous talk show in the world today is Jimmy Fallon's talk show. He is a very cool person. You must have seen his work. Or, for example, Ellen's talk show is very popular. Her humor is very high. You must have seen snippets of her work on social media. Okay, that's the talk show. Now, look at an example created by Adobe Character. It's very interesting. This talk show is an animation that is broadcast on YouTube. It usually starts like any other talk show, with the host's humor, witty remarks, and information delivery. And finally, it gets to the conversation with the program's guest. Who is the guest? In this episode of this cartoon show, the guest is a traffic stop sign, a humorous show created from the conversation between the host and the sign. Such works can be created with Adobe. You just need to see many examples and brainstorm. The next idea is making music videos with Adobe Character. Guys, we have many artists today who introduce themselves using Adobe Character. For example, they have a cartoon character over their face. Many music videos have been created using this tool. Because it removes the complexity of animation production, and the animation can be prepared with a few clicks. Pay attention to this opportunity. Guys, I want to get to the point that these capacities and opportunities can be optimally used with a little creativity to capture the market. The next idea is content production on Instagram. This person took the character of Einstein and created such reels in Adobe Character. This one is creating such animations. A cute satire narrating McDonald's wanting to look beautiful and get dressed up to go out. So a lot of work can be done, provided there is a good idea and a proper niche behind it. Well, this covers these 15 cool ideas and niches so far. Look, get ideas, and learn to work with the tools I mentioned using artificial intelligence.
3 YouTube channels that, with a new trending idea, quickly built a market, grew, and are making money from the YouTube platform by displaying ads. Today, we'll look at the idea behind these channels and the A to Z of making such videos, even with a mobile phone. So stay with me and don't miss this amazing tutorial. What is wholesome content? How much have you heard about wholesome content? This is a professional term among creators. Content that awakens positive emotions, love, empathy, or calmness in the viewer or reader is considered wholesome content. Usually, children, animals, or cute characters and animations can create this feeling in the viewer. This type of content actually allows a video belonging to a newly established channel to get up to 100,000 views within the last 12 to 13 days and reach the monetization stage. Another example is a hospital, but this time a cat hospital. Here, all the cats are sick, and the staff performs a treatment. This is a cute and cool idea that has genuinely succeeded and is a first-class wholesome content resulting from an original idea. Now the question is, how do you even come up with such ideas? I'll explain next. With the help of artificial intelligence itself, we can come up with ideas today, and it truly isn't very complicated. You'll see later that this video, The Cat Hospital, has generated about 500,000 views for its owner, and the channel is now monetized according to reviews. This morning, before I started my work, I tried to create wholesome content with the help of AI in about an hour. The goal was for you to become familiar with my process and for us to advance the tutorial within a sample. Let's watch the content I created together and come back.
Game over.
I can honestly say that this is one of the easiest and most trouble-free ideas that can be implemented with AI today. Pay close attention to my base prompt. The tutorial starts right here. I tell the AI I want a fat English bulldog. The AI generates it quickly. Creating a bulldog is no challenge for today's AI. However, in each processing, it might suggest or create a different color for this specific breed. Therefore, in the next prompt, I definitely emphasize that the dog's color must be pure white. I can also add more elements. For instance, I tell it to wear an English hat on its head and a white undershirt. Also, it should wear green Adidas 3-stripe track pants. Since this is an instant generation piece, it doesn't give me the highest quality, and I'm only using it to teach and demonstrate the concept of a fixed character. The main point is that we must have a constant base prompt so that it can keep the character largely consistent in any scenario. Because our character is an animal here, it works in our favor, as minor differences in various commands are not noticeable to our audience. My base prompt for the video I showed you was this. I want a fat English bulldog with pure white fur. It should wear a white top, green sports pants with white stripes, and a beige bucket hat on its head. This became the fixed personality and character. This is essentially the foundation of my prompt. In every situation where I want to place this character, my base prompt plays the first role, followed by the location. Be careful. If I don't specify the dog's color in the base parameter, the character won't remain constant. The AI might decide to make the animal brown in the next generation. There's no control over it, really. With these prompts, you are managing the scene to a high degree. When you enter the field of AI-powered entertainment, note that your main sources are TikTok and Instagram.
This means the content comes into YouTube from that world. YouTube is not the source. New and novel ideas emerge primarily from the TikTok space and then Instagram. You must absolutely check those platforms and gather ideas to open up your mind and create truly creative work.
So, as an experiment, I ask the AI itself to give me ideas. I tell it to consider this as a fixed character, an English bulldog with white fur, wearing a white top, green sports pants with white stripes, and a beige bucket hat. Now I ask it to place this character in funny situations for me. I then add, please give me 10 cool suggestions. The AI quickly starts providing 10 ideas by placing the desired character as the fixed character. Perfect! Let's start with the very last one and see what it suggested. The prompt says that our hero should be riding a bicycle this time, but a tiny bicycle. His expression should also be very determined because we want to create a funny scene. To create this scenario, we can first head over to the Leonardo website. I type Leonardo into Google and log into my account. We can start our work from the Image Creation menu. I entered the prompt that the AI provided into the prompt field. The model that satisfies me today and is very intelligent is the Phoenix 1 model. I select this. I didn't bother with the rest of the settings. Finally, I hit Generate. We wait to see what it gives us. You can see the images that the AI produced or generated. In this particular picture, the dog's tongue looks like it was poorly generated, but the rest are acceptable. A tiny bike, a determined dog. I honestly really like this one and can easily download it.
If we want to look at the rest of the AI's suggestions, look what it proposed. For example, it suggested this. Our story's dog is eating ice cream in the park. He's turned into a gambler, playing poker with his friends in a casino. He's drinking sunshine and enjoying the pool. These were all the AI's own suggestions, without me having to think for myself. Now, how do we turn this into a video? I use the Kling AI tool. Version 1.6 is truly satisfactory. First, I log into the user account. We select the video section. Here, you can use the frame option to create a video. You just need to provide an image to start with as the first frame. For example, I give it this image. I use the standard mode because it meets my needs. I set the duration to, say, 5 seconds. I think it's better to not write any prompt at all in this specific instance because the action is clear. The dog is sitting, and it should show the fishbowl, or at most, the character's head should slightly turn left or right. I don't want to confuse the AI. So, after the image loads, in the commands or prompt section, I write nothing and simply click the Generate button. Right now, because it's close to morning, the service is quiet, and it delivers the video very quickly. If you feel Kling AI isn't right for you, I recommend going for Runway's Gen 3 or VO 3.
Today, to make the video that I showed you, I was quickly coming here, providing the image, and hitting Convert to Video. Then I would go back to my work. I'd get a new image again from Leonardo, a new idea from the AI, and another new image from Leonardo to input. This way, I got all the video visuals in about 20 minutes, and the work was done fast. The result is outstanding. If you do choose to write a prompt, for example, in this case, I told it to cook, but next to the cooking instruction, I wrote the word slowly. This means I don't want the AI to ruin the scene with rapid movements or go crazy. This is a very important keyword. If you want to prevent your generation from getting messed up, I highly recommend you use this keyword. However, there are a few explanations I need to give you. The music for the work was obviously downloaded from YouTube Studio. Otherwise, we would get a copyright strike. Be sure to download your music from YouTube itself. For sound effects, like the typing sound, I downloaded this from the Zapsplat website. The issue with Zapsplat is that it only allows you 4 free downloads every 60 minutes. I downloaded 4, and the rest of the effects I got from YouTube itself. For example, I searched for rain sound effects on YouTube and found videos that contained the sound of rain. I took those and only used their audio. Don't worry, you won't get any copyright strikes. I have never seen anyone receive a copyright claim for a sound effect. Now you definitely have a better understanding of how our video was created. This idea can truly lay the foundations for a professional YouTube channel, a channel that strives to keep the audience engaged with videos in the cutest and funniest way possible. Thanks to AI, I see that even newcomers have been able to grow very quickly in this short period. This is truly an up-to-date YouTube idea, where you can make dollars without speaking and without even showing your face. If you are interested in this method, you should get started as soon as possible. The advertisement you are watching belongs to the brand BMW, which introduced an electric crossover model in 2024, the BMW iX2 model. The lady sitting behind the wheel in this commercial video is Lil Michaela. She is 21 years old and a resident of Los Angeles. If you're not familiar with her, I must tell you that this character is entirely created within 3D software and is considered a very famous virtual influencer. We are talking about a character who today has about 2.5 million followers on Instagram, talks about her daily routine, and has advertising collaborations with major brands like Dior. The main question is this: how do brands trust a virtual character for their advertisements when real people are available? Why should a brand entrust its advertising to a virtual influencer? The answer is summarized in 2 words: reduced costs and higher efficiency.
A brand like BMW would have to pay a mega influencer like Ronaldo about $3 million for an advertising post on Instagram. Advertising with these individuals is very expensive. But this cost is 97% lower in a medium like Lil Miquela. BMW actually spent something around $100,000 here and received a good return on investment. The audience community is more niche, the advertising is lower cost, and much more campaign management can be applied to it. Therefore, a virtual influencer can reduce advertising costs.
Other successful examples. Miss Shudu Graham is also a digital model and the world's first Black digital model. Although she doesn't have a huge media presence, about 237,000 followers, she engages in many luxury activities, including advertising for Rihanna's makeup brand, Fenty Beauty, Puma, and even the luxury jewelry brand, Swarovski. Another character named Nunu Ui, a virtual influencer with about 500,000 audience members, is a brand ambassador for Gucci. This character has become so famous that she is even present in the game Fortnite and on the island of Vibe City. Emma, a Japanese virtual influencer, sells her own design clothes and has so many fans that her clothes are often sold out. This virtual Japanese character has even appeared in BMW advertisements. Blauko is also a male virtual character with a permanent mask, who is active in the fashion industry and managed to introduce himself to the market through his friendship with Lil Miquela. In the past, creating such characters required the use of 3D software like Unreal Engine or Blender. You needed to have sufficient mastery to create a virtual character. If we were to work with a specific clothing brand, for example, and present their autumn model, we would have to design the clothes in 3D and fit them onto the character's body. This task was very time-consuming and specialized. But a revolution named artificial intelligence has changed the game in this industry to a great extent. Today, artificial intelligence itself can build our virtual character. Even the capability to build a consistent character exists in various tools, and the work has become easier than ever before. How are characters created? Easily, and with artificial intelligence. Virtual influencers today are easily created using AI. For example, I was able to generate images using different methods and with deepfake technology, place my desired face onto the model. How can one create a virtual influencer? The character you see, I created this morning. A wealthy young man who owns a real estate consultancy in France, loves sports, and shows off his athletic physique. He has a big dog named Poppy, drives luxury cars, and girls love him. But this character is not human at all and is born of my imagination. Stay with me in the continuation of this valuable tutorial as we go into creating influencers with artificial intelligence. What is the use of creating fake characters other than scams? It's clear. Producing virtual characters to create advertisements. The virtual Colonel from KFC, despite his old age, is very handsome and is the ambassador for these KFC chain restaurants in America and across the world. This shows that top-tier and major companies like KFC have also gone towards creating such characters. Their purpose is clear. For example, the virtual Colonel's job is selling KFC chicken. Meanwhile, Lil Miquela, who started her work in 2016 and is the oldest, collaborates with famous brands like Chanel and is even a singer, releasing her songs on Spotify. It's very interesting. Let's go into creating influencers in the virtual world. All right, guys, to create a virtual influencer, I use the website tensor.art. Here, you can connect to Stable Diffusion and even its SDXL model. It gives you a good amount of credit, too. On the website's main page, you have a section called Models, which includes checkpoints and LoRa's. What is the difference between these? LoRa's are specialized.
For example, Allura specializes only in creating cyberpunk images, or storytelling images with an Asian style, or making animation. So Laura's are specialized. This one's specialty is realistic images. But checkpoints are more general and do everything. Usually, we combine a checkpoint with a Laura, guys. For example, we might have one checkpoint and 10 Lauras. Okay, let's give an example. For instance, the Checkpoint Realism Engine XL. I click on it. Here, it runs easily with the Run option. Here, I also specify its model, which is SDXL, the newest Stable Diffusion model to date. Down here are posts that others have made and published, like a social network. For example, this boy here, a user named That Cute Guy made it, and specified at the bottom that he used the Realism Engine XL model, plus the Color Art Laura, meaning he added a Laura to be able to create an image like this. Now, what is the Color Art Laura? The Color Laura makes images sharper, adds more color, and improves the conditions. So combining a checkpoint and a Laura gives you the best result. You need to look a lot. Before you want to start, you have to test a lot, different checkpoints, different Lauras, until you reach the desired result.
Now, let's start our work. First, when you enter the website, sign in from this section and connect to your Gmail account to create an account. Right now, I have connected to my Gmail account. And then click on Workspace. This is your work environment. Now, as you can see, I am using a base model called Cyril, plus I added a Laura called Handsome European Male. My Laura's job is to build a handsome European man, which fits my idea. I want to create a male influencer, for example. Well, like any other AI, it has a section called Prompt. We must write the command here. I always want a character who has short, brown hair, fair skin, and is European. Now, I place this character in different situations. For example, I write in a luxury house, and then emphasize that it should be full body. Down here, set the dimensions to mobile size. And here, you can also create 2 or 1 photo. Finally, just like that, the AI starts creating the image. This tool gives you 100 credits daily. And based on every photo you generate in different dimensions and different models, a specific amount of credit is deducted from you.
Well, it's really not a bad image. He is a dashing young man, wealthy and successful. Very good. Excellent. But guys, I said we must place this model in different situations. For example, I say this character is leaning against a super luxury car and is wearing casual clothes, like that same handsome, short-haired European man. But now I want to tell it that he is leaning against a super luxury car. Again, it gave me a character with the previous vibe. Although it made a mistake here, being next to a super luxury car. What else should I write, guys? In another situation. For example, let's tell it he went to the beach. If I only write at the beach, the AI self-decides what he should wear. Those characters might even put a suit on the character, which is what it just did now. If I want to write a more precise format, I must specify that he is wearing swimming trunks now, or for example, wearing formal clothes. So pay attention to these points. Another command. For example, I say he is at a magnificent and luxury party, and standing next to him is his girlfriend, who is a beautiful girl. The model is the same European boy model. One part of the prompt, as you realized, I don't change at all, so it gives me the essence of that character.
In this image, a small mistake occurred too. There is an extra hand here which can't be easily removed. Well, this is good. They go very well together. Excellent. Okay, we built the character, a very handsome young man, short-haired and European. Okay, now we must change the face using the deepfake tool and make it consistent across different images in different environments. To do this, I enter Discord. I want to introduce you to a bot that does the job for you easily, the deepfake. Create a new server here, guys. It can have any name. I'll name it ROM. It's nothing special. Proceed with creating the server just like this. We built a Discord server. Now I will provide you with a link, the Discord bot link.
It's enough to write the link here, click on it, and through this, add this swap face to the server I created. I named the server ROM, and just like that, this bot is added to my server. With this bot, we want to perform a deep fake and unify the face. The faces that the AI has given us are not consistent. We want to have a single unit face. To do this, we must also get a European man's face from the AI. I delete the previous parameters, let only these remain, and emphasize that it should only be the face. I also set the dimensions to square and hit the image creation button. It gives me 2 more images just of the face because I need the face here. Not bad. I'll use this one for my work. I don't want to be too obsessive anymore. I download this with this option.
What should we do? We must give this image to the Discord bot we added. It will do the work. It changes the face. Okay, I enter the Discord server again. Here I write /save so it brings up the save ID for me. I click on it. Here I give it the face file I have in mind. Lower down, it says choose a name, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I hit enter and wait for it to write model uploaded here. Okay, now I download the images we took one by one. For example, this one, these 2, just these 4 images are sufficient for this tutorial. I want to unify their faces. I upload the images to my server, guys. For example, this image, I let it upload. The image uploaded, now I right-click on it, and from the app section, I called the bot we added to do its job. See? It changes the face according to the model I gave it. We do the same for the rest. Again, from file upload, I give it the next file. I give it the next image. Again, it changes the face of this image too. It's only changing the face. Again, I add the next image. I right-click on it, and just like that. I changed the face just that easily. As a result, with AI, you are able to create a virtual model whose face is consistent but in different positions in different states. In the next part of the tutorial, I will also teach you how to make a video of your model. Many influencers, meaning AI influencers, also publish short videos of themselves, 10-second, 15-second videos, especially on TikTok. How should these be made?
Video creation. Okay guys, imagine I want to make a video for this model. Deepfake can only and solely fake the face. Now, those who have worked know it can only change the facial details. It cannot fake the person's body, it cannot fake the person's hair. If I give it curly hair, it cannot deliver straight hair to me, only the face. So, with this in mind, if you want to make a video of your virtual influencer, you must definitely find a real model on the internet. Now, on Instagram, on TikTok, or even YouTube, and set that as your main model and use that. I'll show you now. I searched the internet for a bodybuilder boy with blonde hair and found a series of videos. Their face must be swapped with my virtual influencer's face. To do this, we use an online tool called Unboring. This tool allows you 5 swap faces per registration. 5 uses. Let's start our work. First, we sign up on the Unboring website. Use your Gmail for signing up and easily create an account like this. Now click on Add Photo and Video here. We give it the video we downloaded. Let it upload. After uploading, we enter this page. Now I can add my desired influencer using the Add option. After uploading, we select it and finally the Swap Face option. Just that easily, you can perform a deepfake. Let it finish its work and then download it with this option, like this. We made a video from our virtual influencer, which wasn't complicated at all. Now, I told you that this tool gives you 5 swap faces with each registration. But if you like to use a completely free tool, I will introduce a Google Colab project to you. I will put the address of this project in the description of this video. When you click on the link, you enter such a page.
Here, first execute the first part. It takes about 2 minutes to get the job done. After its work is done, a green tick appears next to it, meaning it's okay. After the first one finishes its work, go to the second one and play the second one too. This one won't take more than a few seconds. Now, in the third part, It is enough to provide your video and model to it. I upload the video file and the influencer image in this folder. Now, with these two dots, with the copy option, first I take the video address and give it to it. Then I do the same for the photo, meaning I place the photo address in a desired section. Now, it's better to remove this part, otherwise the output video quality will drop significantly. Well, there is nothing left to do. We can click on the play option so it starts its work. Here, it is a bit time-consuming, and the processing speed is low. For this reason, it might take 7 to 8 minutes to give you the necessary output. Okay, its work is done. It has given us a video file named swap.mp4. To download the final video, click on these three dots and then download. Just that easy. Let's compare the video with the video that Unboring provided us. On the right is the deep fake video that the Google project provided us, and on the left is Swap Face and Unboring. I think there isn't much difference between them. If there is, the mistakes are minor. Well, that's it for making videos for virtual influencers. This is the easiest method so far. Consider that you usually won't get a copyright strike either.
Business advice. Guys, this world can truly turn into a serious business. Imagine that you are the owner of 3 virtual characters, for example. Of course, the example I'm giving is completely real. A company like Brud, based in America, has neither an office nor a place. I don't even know how many people they are, but 2 of the characters I introduced to you at the beginning of the video belong to this company, Lil Miquela and Blauko. They also have a 3rd character named FN Mecha. He is a virtual rapper, and it is estimated that this company earned several $1 million last year with these 3 virtual characters. When did it start? From 2016, in fact, the oldest in this market started its work 8 years ago and today has reached a multi-million-dollar income internationally as a market leader. Of course, actually I want to arrive at the point that if I have enough focus on a specific task, for example, my job is to only create value with my own virtual characters, create creativity, humor, adventure. If my job is just this from morning to night, if this is my mental engagement, constantly wanting to improve the work, planning for a few years and showing persistence, do not doubt that you can build a large market. I told you regarding building such a market, where to start and where to arrive. But in this part and at the end, I would like to have a talk that is very useful, especially for beginners. If your maths is good, you should be familiar with exponential functions. This is actually a mathematical function where the x-axis can be considered the passage of time and the y-axis income or money. Every business in the world, especially online world, grows like this. Guys, the growth routine is actually nothing other than this. Don't look for magic or getting rich overnight, unless we break the law or a treasure is found. The chart or math says that, for example, in the first year, we might have an income of less than 5 million tomans per year. In a whole year, less than $50. But this event might also happen in the second year. The income is the same, still less than $50. It might happen in the third year too, still less than $50. But in the fourth year, suddenly the income turns into $100. The fifth year becomes $200, and it goes up and up just like that until it reaches the saturation point. From the saturation point onwards, growth proceeds very slowly.
What does a saturation point mean? It means, for example, in my YouTube business, I cannot double my income every year. This happens up to a point, but it doesn't go on to infinity. Finally, somewhere the market gets saturated, and growth proceeds very slowly. This means you have taken the entire volume of the market for your level, and its market is just that much. If you want to earn more, you must create an additional product or another business. I am telling you these things to actually remove the idea of overnight or a few months' success from your mind. You must plan. It requires continuous effort, continuous product presentation, like a factory. We also produce a product in the virtual space, and our product here is content. This work must be repeated so much until we prove ourselves to the market. And then with a single wind, the fire under the ashes can be ignited. It might take 2 years, it might take 3 years. Pay special attention to an opportunity like creating a virtual influencer and think about it. Maybe if you use a little more creativity, the work can turn out better and you get introduced more. And this character might even be found on Explorers. Get ideas from examples that started before you, especially foreign examples that did cool things, created interesting stories, and were able to engage the audience. You can get help from them and build a market, for example, up to the level of 50,000 audience members or followers. When we reach this level, it becomes very easy to even negotiate with big brands and become their ambassador, because it is to their benefit too, and reduces advertising costs to a great extent. An outsourced job where another company is constantly working on the virtual character and introducing it, and that character is also advertising my brand. What better could they want than this? As always, one must have continuity in this work. Until the next video, goodbye.